Hey, listen, man. Don't be down here like Puff Daddy all on the videos with the commentary now. Trying to get some stuff done, man. Y'all playing. Hey, bro. Hush. I'm on the phone over here. Yeah. Respect my gangster. Oh, bad. What's happening, good people? What's happening? Okay, we got Indiana in the building. All right. All right. We got Indiana in the building. Hold on. We got name bust down this let's see who on deck, man. See if I can get the OG. World famous Z. Pick it live up, Shawty. Hey, listen, if you would have heard that ministry that we had earlier, boy, they asked me, the kids was talking about how early the sex and then made a comment at I guess my son was dating a girl who was bi, and he stopped talking to her because she was bi. So that was a whole nother conversation, man. It went where it went tonight. Goodness gracious. Uh, they are hard questions, but we had fun though. We definitely dove in. Definitely dove in. So it's good stuff, man. Yeah, it was heavy. It was it was heavy, but we dove in. Hey, what's happening, Queen?
Hello. How are
Tell the
you?
tell the tell the good people where you at with it.
I'm in Sydney, your second favorite
Sydney.
place.
You already know it, man. King Claude in the building. What's happening?
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself?
Good, good. I missed the last live though. You're saying it was a good chat.
Yes, it was. We had a good buddy of mine on, like my big brother, Shaka Zulu, who had a lot of good information and knowledge to give. So it was
Gee.
good stuff. It was good stuff, man. So tonight, real quick, because I'm gonna be bouncing around, just trying to get everybody's opinion on this topic. So
Sure.
for you, Queen, I watched it just to give you where I got this clip from, this topic from. So I was looking on Instagram and I seen I forgot the rapper's name. He's like a freestyle rapper, well known though. I forgot my man's name, and he was going back and forth with another queen about what is a man's role and what is a woman's role in a relationship.
Yeah, right.
So obviously everybody gonna have a difference of opinion on this, man. So I guess to start it off, what do you feel is a woman's role in a relationship?
I think it's all about, for me, like I'm quite traditional and like in that sense, but I also think it's about bringing peace to each other, right? Like just being peace and coming home from like a big day and knowing that you're not coming home to aggression or someone who wants to pick you apart or I think I'd see my partner as someone who just has my back and wants, what I mean? When you're fighting, it's not you're fighting against each other. It's like you're fighting the problem or whatever it is.
Mm, right.
And I think like I've been in situations where it's very like there's a lot of ego or there's just the need to be right. And I think like one of the sexiest things a guy can do in the middle of a fight is like, actually, yeah, I'm wrong. Sorry. And for a girl as well. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So I think just knowing, yeah, when you think of roles, I think it's just to be that person, right? The person you can always go to. And I mean, I have my career and I like, while I want to have kids and like have a beautiful family, I don't necessarily see myself as being stay-at-home mum for the rest of my life either because I've got things that I want to achieve in my career. So
right.
I don't know. It's an interesting one. And I can cook, so I think I don't mind doing the cooking.
Right.
You think of real like base level roles, but I'd see it more as a partnership and like a teammate kind of love, right?
Right. What do you feel the man's role should be in a relationship?
See, this is where I'm old school though, because I feel like the guy should be like the protector. I
Hmm.
do want to feel like a sense of protection from my man, whether it be like emotional, physical, whatever it is. I just want to know that like he has my back across
Hmm.
the board. You know what I mean? Like if someone was to come up to us in the street, yeah, that's one thing. But also like if someone mentioned my name and I'm not there, he's gonna protect me.
Right.
Um, you know, everything he do, every way that he moves, he does it in my best interest, whether it's financial, something about our kids. I think just protection's the biggest one, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And I
That's
can be
fair.
scary too. I can protect him. I can be scary.
I hear that.
Not even. Not even.
I hear that. What do you think from? So I know you said you're traditional.
Yeah.
What do you think is something that you feel is non-traditional that you've picked up as far as what you feel a woman's role is in the relationship?
Yeah, I think well, obviously, like traditionally, women would stay home once they have the kids, and we cook and we clean. And I think like I find joy though. Like for me, I don't mind. I like cooking for my man. Like if he comes home from work or whatever, like I actually take joy in that. So that's quite traditional.
Hmm.
Um, but in the sense that I'm super like career focused, I know where I want to be. You know, I'm hustling hard. I've been hustling hard the last couple of years. I've still got a long way to go. So in that
Hmm.
sense, it's like I don't want to. I'm happy to take 6 months to a year off the baby, but then I'm like right back at it, and I don't
Hmm.
want it to be expected that I'm just going to then, you know, be. And some women want to do that. And I'm not judging because like absolutely, if you're called to do that, that's what you want to do as a woman, 1,000%. But it's something that I want to really build my career. So that's really
Yeah.
emotional.
No, I respect that. What now, from a non-traditional sense, what do you think it should be for the man? So you already talked about protection and how big that is for you, but what is something that you think you've learned now at this age that's non-traditional?
Oh, these are tough questions here, JP. What are we
Yeah,
doing? Um,
just two.
I think
No, you already had some. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
for guys, I mean, I really like it when a guy can be emotional and like and tell me how
Mm,
you're feeling and be open with me. And if I was actually I was talking to a friend about this the other day. I don't think I've ever started a relationship and been like, hey, what are your triggers? Where are your boundaries?
mm,
What's something that I won't know until we talk about that's going to upset you because of your past
mm,
experiences?
mm,
Let's talk about your childhood. Let's talk about your past relationships and how we can build that trust. And so I think someone who's like super emotionally intelligent, or not only just happy to open up and talk about their emotions, right? Like
mm,
I'm more than happy for my man to be crying in my arms. Like that wouldn't be that for me would be actually like a turn on because it's like cool, you're in touch with how you're feeling. Let's talk
mm.
about it. You know what I mean? As opposed to shutting off.
That's
Does
hard. I like it. Huh?
that answer your question?
No, I mean it's whatever you want to get. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing because I know that, and I'm gonna continue to ask. Right? I'm when I get you off, I'm gonna ask a man. I'm gonna ask different people what they think, but
Yeah.
it's just interesting because in my mind, as we get to the end of this, right, just where I'm processing, I need to go with,
Mm.
how we finish it. But it's interesting because everybody feels differently, and we're in a new. I ain't gonna say a new day and age, bro. Bro, if you gonna shit yourself, go in the other room, dog. What you gonna do, bro? All right, I ain't gonna say it, but you in here passing gas, bro, like they hear you. All right, so I just think we in a different day and age, man, and it's like when you see or talk to women or you're around people and the conversations come up, it's like one of the first things that's on a woman's mind is what kind of job, what kind of bank he got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing about like, and I know that that's important, but that's like the first thing. And
Yeah.
if it ain't the first thing, it's the first and the second thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just asking, because I'm just taking a poll just to kind of hear where people are coming from. And I thought, what you said, those are interesting things. Those are really dope things. And I like the part that you said, starting the conversation off with what are your triggers? You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
What do you like? What don't you like? Like, just trying to get a hold of that first. So
yeah, because
I
I think
like that, man.
your priorities change as well. Like, I think for me, like, absolutely when I was younger, it was like, handsome, great job, this and that. And now it's like, from experiences that I've had, the
Hmm.
sexiest thing is like a big heart, kind, like, it sounds like I'm just saying it, but kindness, you know what I mean? Generosity. If you can make me feel peaceful, if you can engage in like good conversation, like, now that I've had those past experiences where I've gone for the looks or I've gone for whatever it is, your priorities change, right? So now if I
Hmm.
hear a guy or I see something or whatever it is, I'm like, oh, okay, that's on my radar now, where it wasn't on my radar
Hmm.
before. And I think you just got to work out what you do and you don't want from those experiences.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely, man. I love it, man. So tell people where to find you at, King Claude, so they can follow you. I know you got your other hustle stuff, man. So let the
Yeah.
good people know.
So we've got a podcast. It's called How to Life. We have an account on Instagram. It's How to Life Poddy. And we're also on Spotify, iTunes. It's all about navigating your late 20s and trying to be an adult when it's hard. Relationship, career, all that kind of stuff. And we touch a lot of mental health as well,
Hmm.
because people are dealing with things they're not talking about, and we've got to be kinder, right?
Hmm. Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow this queen, man. Amazing human being. Doing great things, man. So salute. Appreciate you, queen. Thank you for taking the time to jump on
Keep doing
all the
this,
way
bro.
from Australia.
Go pack the cat.
There you
No, but
go.
I love watching this theater lives. They're so good, and you're touching a lot of people. So keep doing it, okay?
Thank you. Blessings, queen. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Love. Absolutely. Let's see here. Did I get it all? There we go. My thing is a person. Wait. My thing is, do the person know their role? Do the women know their role in the relationship as a girlfriend and then a role as a wife? Does that change though? The girlfriend and the wife? Do the man know his role as the boyfriend and the husband? That's interesting. Got to be intentional. That's interesting. Hold on. I got to get some of the fellas, man, to jump in, man. What y'all think on this? E. Let's see here. E. Let's see. Invite to join. Here we go. Um. There we go. Let's see if we can get this going. Roles have changed. All the lines have been blurred. Absolutely. Absolutely. Need a Hey, girl, you don't hush? Fellas, can we get a king on deck? Appreciate you, bit dog. Just in a loving mood this evening, man. Well, always. I ain't gonna say that because that's my dog. He always showing some love. But trying to get the next one on. We're gonna see. If not, let's see. James Glendening. All right, James. I'm gonna try and get you on, bit dog. James underscore. Let's see here. Uh, Trying to get folks on, man. Let me see if my dog. Let's see. I don't even know if he on. If not, Miss Destiny, I'm gonna come straight to you. That way we can keep this thing moving forward. roles have changed and the lines are blurred. We need to talk about that. We definitely need to talk about that because it's a lot of bullshit going on. A lot of it. And even if the role, and you have to be careful with that. What you got to be? Hold on, man. Let's see if I can get my partner on, man. Hold on. See, I can't even get you on, bro. Walked into greatness. I can't even get you on, bro. But like Miss Destiny, we're gonna have to finish this thing on out then. All right, here we go. Cause y'all folks playing, man. The spirit about to jump on here. You know what I'm saying?
Church showing out tonight. JP, you ain't been praying today. You ain't been praying today?
I have been praying today. I've
Man,
been praying.
um,
Look, now we got it. Look, now we got the king jumping on. The world has made it where women can do anything men can do, so they think their role is a man. Okay. I don't
no,
want to say that they could do anything men could do. I do understand where you're going with that, but let's dive in this thing, Miss Destiny. And I guess I'm gonna have to be representation for the men because I can't get no other kings to jump on here. But I'm gonna try to play devil's advocate at the same time. I'm gonna go with what I know.
why
You
I
see, you
always
see the bull. But I'm just saying, like, see, and so here's the thing, and I gotta say this while everybody on here. The purpose of church is we gotta hear different perspectives. I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I
absolutely
know, like we want to do, like we talk about the Zooms and all that can work, right? But another important part to this is like, so some people can like really get all their thoughts out. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And who video choppy? My video, you hear me fine, right, Queen?
I hear you fine. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
that's AD with that bullshit because it's always his
That's
service.
all
I done
he.
had him up. Yeah, he done had some bull, but we ain't. But look, so the part that's important, man, is to be able to, just like tonight, we had a queen jump on that's from Sydney, Australia.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? And to be able to hear her perspective in another side of the world is amazing. Like I think that that's dope. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we bridge the gap, is to be able to hear that because um, what's going on over there, you know, they obviously got different mindsets and how they go about certain things and all of that. But just trying to get an understanding, man, because it seems like damn near in every other country, there seems to be a level of respect for the most part on both sides. How people are raised is different. Everybody really sticks to their traditions.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's men
right.
or women, anywhere that's other than America. I'm speaking on this because I've traveled. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just expressing what I've researched, what I've conversations I've had, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it seems like here in America, man, this shit is changing, and I'm not against how anybody decides to run their household as long as they are on the same page. That is the most
Right,
important thing. And for those people checking in, right, basically the
right,
topic for the night is what is a man's role in a relationship and what is a woman's role in a relationship, and trying to get some clarity on that. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear what y'all got to say. So, Miss Destiny,
listen, I
I'm gonna
feel
let you go ahead and bless us and let us know, what do you think the woman's role is, and then after you go ahead and crush it, tell us what you think the man's role should be in a relationship.
so. Of course, what Walking in Greatness said, it depends on what standards you living by. But according to the biblical standards, like women are supposed to love and nurture and help out the vision of the man. The man is supposed to provide and protect. And I don't know, a lot of people may not know this. Even siblings that have the same mom but different dads, they're considered half sister, half brother, because it's all about the lineage and to protect the last name. That's why it's so important for the kids to have the dad's last name. But now the roles has really been reversed, even in the, or maybe they're flipping back the right side up, because in the Old Testament, the women used to go out and provide, and the man used to stay and protect the hut, protect the tents, making sure nobody broke in, or making sure the family was protected. But we kind of got away from that, and so the women went out to work and to do, to do all of the stuff, and bring the money home, to the man. So some kind of way we kind of got away from that, and now I feel like it's going back the right side up, but it's some tendencies that men don't really want to provide. Everybody, they want to do what they want to do. Women think they're men. Women think they're men. And as for me, I do the providing, I do the protecting, because it's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me building the legacy. I'm the one that's building the legacy to hold on for my children and for my last name, protecting the last name. So it's like we've been forced to do what it is that a man is supposed to do.
If you don't mind, right? Because Miss K has a great point. She talks about systemic racism, which has made it hard for families. When they
Absolutely.
started welfare, women couldn't receive any state assistance if a man
Yeah,
was in the home. So many
absolutely.
homes are broken.
Absolutely.
Um, so I want to bring up something, right? And I know this is another topic we'll dive into, because I'm this is a heavy topic, because just for example, right? I'm gonna show you how they're doing this, right? A small thing is them removing the Mister from Mr. Potato Head. Think of where I'm going with this,
Right,
right?
right,
I don't know
right.
if you saw the news, but they have removed the Mister from Mr. Potato Head, right? Because of the whole gender identify. I forgot how they worded it, but basically that people can identify with either side and choose to move into that, right?
Right.
But even deeper than that, so she's talked about systemic racism, man, and not only with them killing us, not only with them locking us up, it's
Hmm.
hard for us to get jobs, right? It's hard for us to get like meaningful career jobs, right? And even from a regular job standpoint, it's hard because you don't see us in schools as much as you used to.
Right.
You don't see us as doctors. You don't see us as lawyers as much. Not saying that it's not out there, but I'm just saying that the rate and the level, right? Black men. I ain't talking about women. I'm talking about black men, kings. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see us in these positions. And then when you have to revert to hustling or doing things like that, right? And then
Hmm.
we already know how hard it is once you get a record, right?
Absolutely.
They've made school damn near impossible, right? Because of the amount that it costs to go to a good university,
Right.
right? So it's a long list of things. Not trying to make that an excuse, but it is a reality,
Hmm.
especially when you have parents out here busting their butts. You know what I'm saying, to provide. And just like how you talked about it, your situation is different, right? You lost one husband and then you divorced you know what I'm saying, went through a divorce in your other
Right.
situation, right? So therefore right now you're in a place of growing, you're in a place of, not settling, and you're making a choice not to move unless it's something that you feel is beneficial. Not only for you, but your mother,
Right.
right? So that's the other thing we gotta understand in these situations. So I don't want to put it out there that men just don't want to,
Right.
but these days it takes a different kind of man to continue to get up, and keep hustling to get on their shit. Even the good men, right? They get tired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not as easy. Then when you look at um, who they're putting in power, quote unquote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's from a presidential, political, no matter what it is, it's like the women are running shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which
So
is
they're doing it outside of the home, right? Which then is coming to inside the home, and it actually starts in the home.
it does.
You know what I'm saying? And then on the flip side, there is a narrative. Not gonna say all women,
Mm-hmm.
but there are a lot of women who feel like they don't need a man for a lot of reasons. Even to the point where women will just have a child and not worry about
They using you for the seed.
relationship.
Yeah.
That
They
not,
just
but
baby.
but here's the thing. It ain't even that, right? Because you can go to a sperm bank. You can go pay for it. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't
Mm-hmm.
even have to have. You can go pick out. You can go do some paperwork and pick out what you want. And you good. So I say all that to say, like, I understand what you're saying. I know that that's coming from your experiences, but when we look at the bigger scheme of things, there's a lot going on.
It is. And I don't know if you've seen my comment before. I said the world hates the black man and they're trying to teach us to hate you as well. They're trying to teach us to hate you as well. You can't have a man in a household. Like Section 8 is a total setup. The welfare system is almost like they're breeding us to make us feel like we don't need men. That's why the prison systems are being flooded. They're being flooded. They're teaching us, and the more they drop on the women, the more the women are becoming empowered. Like, I don't need a man. He ain't hitting on this. He ain't hitting on that. But in actuality, sis, that's the bloodline. That's the
But
bloodline.
you know what else is crazy though is like a lot of these women that say that, and it's like the seeds that you plant every time you open your mouth. So it's like if you gonna put that out there, then that's what's gonna come to you.
Yep,
There are a lot of good brothers out here. There are a lot of good kings out here.
I
And
see
I'm
it.
not even talking, it's not even a black thing. There's a lot of good white men, Asian men, mixed men, black men, whatever you want to. It's a lot of good men out here, just like there's a lot of good women out here. You know what I'm saying? And I've had conversations, and even on the flip side, where the fellas are a little bit, frustrated. And I say the same thing to them. Like, bro, there's a lot of good women out here, bro. If you do the work, you know what I'm saying? If you're patient enough and you do the work, you never know what'll come your way and fall into your lap. But you
Absolutely.
got to be willing to do the work, and a lot of people aren't willing to do the work.
They're not willing to do the work. They won't do
And
the
then
work.
we, and then you know what I'm saying? Because I want you to dive into. Well, let me let you dive into that first. What do you feel that a man's responsibility in a relationship is?
I think the main thing is to provide and to protect the woman, um, and not to be so closed off that we don't even know who you are. We don't even know who you are. How can we help you with something like a vision? Women came to help. They're called helpmates, helpmeets, or whatever you want to call it. You don't give us anything to help. What do you expect us to do? What do you expect us to do? So the man should have the vision for the family. Like, where are we going? Like, where? um
So there's some confusion there. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this.
of always,
You
always.
want the man to have a vision, right?
Right.
But the first thing I asked you was, what do you feel his roles are? You said to protect and provide. So then women get mad when all they do is just bring in the money and make sure you're safe. Now there's levels to this safety thing, which I'll dive into.
Okay.
But the reason why I'm saying that, Queen, is think about most men who are in a position where they may not do, like, there's some good brothers out there, right?
Okay.
But they may not be in their journey just yet,
Okay.
right? So they're good brothers,
Okay.
but they might not be thinking like that. So to them, because again, they keep hearing the narrative of protect, provide, and then when that's all they do, you know who gets frustrated? Y'all do. Where I'm going with that, that shit ain't enough. My
We
opinion,
get first. Okay.
my opinion, that's surface level shit, Queen. Let me tell you why it's surface level.
Go deeper.
Because there are people in situations, right, where you got both parties who are hustlers, grinders, doing this, doing that, right? They doing it together.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're operating at a high level. Might be lacking in some things, but overall, it's a pretty solid, pretty stable relationship.
Uh-huh.
You got other situations where the man is grinding, hustling, the woman stay at home. It can go either way, but we'll say that that's a solid situation.
All right.
You got another situation where the woman might be the one who going to get it, the man the one who at the house, right? Now, to most people, that look kind of crazy, but hey, if that's what works for them and they happy with
Well,
that, we'll say that's a solid situation. Here's the reason why I'm telling you that I feel like that surface level because I've been able to talk to some people, man, that have that are in relationship and they're operating on such a high level. The
mm-hmm.
amount of respect, the loyalty, the honor, the love, the care, like it's so much that's involved in that, right? The way
Mm-hmm.
that they communicate with each, like all of those things, right? Are you satisfied with a guy that can bring home the bacon and make sure you safe, but he can't talk to you?
Okay. So as for me, listen. You did you see how I just shifted then? As for me, bruh, we gotta talk. That bruh, we
That
gotta
ain't what you
talk. I
said
can
though. But that's
I'm
not
just
what you said
listen.
though.
Josh, you didn't protect and provide. You got to be able to protect her emotionally as well. All of that stuff has levels. Providing is more than just finances because being wealthy, that's not just about finances. That's about the emotional state as well. Like
So
emotions.
when I asked you, Queen, I love you. Trust me. I'm gonna start some shit tonight. But when I asked you, look at me. Talk to me. Fuck the comments. Talk to me, Destiny. Talk
I'm
to me.
I'm
No,
talking
no,
to
no.
you.
You looking at the
I'm
comments.
look
Talk to
I'm
me.
looking at you.
Queen, talk to me, right?
Okay.
When I first asked you, all you said was protect and provide,
Okay.
right? Now, if you want clarity, what do men need? We need clarity. The same thing like a woman needs clarity, correct?
Right.
Okay, so out of fairness, right, communication should be something of the utmost importance, right? Do you not agree or do you agree?
But that's on both
I'm
sides.
not here to I'm not here to sway. I'm just asking. Of
Both
course
of
it's on both sides. Of course.
communication is like that's number one. How do you know what your partner wants if you don't communicate that?
That's okay, so
But is that
that's
considered
what we
a
going.
role, like what he a role of, is that considered like what he should be though? That's something that
Listen, in my opinion, a part of us as kings and what we should do is for one, we have to, if we're not good communicators, that should be something that we should continue to work on until the Most High calls us home, right? You're not going to be able to communicate anything properly to the person that you love in the way that it needs to be communicated if you don't work on it. How will she know how you feel if you don't tell her, right?
true. It's
Right.
true.
So that's why I'm saying that's one thing, right? Another thing that we have to do, us as men, is we have to tap into that emotional side, right? We've been taught to tuck the emotions away. We've been taught not to cry. We've been taught not to show feelings or affection. These are the things that we have to break. And the reason why I'm saying that is, Queen, how can I be the best version of myself for you when I can't even do it for myself? You see where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
I got to be able to do this shit for myself. I got to be able to love myself, respect myself. I got to be able to understand who the fuck I am before I can come into a relationship with another woman, right? And be trying to give her something, right? You spoke about vision. If
Right.
I don't know where in the hell I'm going myself personally, How am I going to be able to come to you and say, babe, this is where we going. Let's do this. Let's figure this out. Even if I don't know a vision, I still got mind enough to be able to go somewhere with the conversation I can have with my significant other in order for us to figure out what that looks like. Because sometimes people may not know and things change, right? One
So,
way
but
we are at 20, we not going to be at 25, and we not going to be that at 30. We're
so
supposed to. I'm not going to make that assumption because some people are going backwards the older they get, but that's another story.
so
I had to put that in there.
so do you recommend that the man knows that before he comes into a relationship, or he comes in a relationship to for a woman to help him to figure that out?
I feel that
That's what I said.
because it's a lot of different ways that can happen. For the most
Okay.
part, I do feel that we should come into a relationship understanding a lot of things about ourselves and doing a lot of work because we got a lot of traumas, curses, uh, generational things that we got to break. You know what I'm saying? That we got to
Right.
get away from. But I understand that things don't happen that way. Because another example, and I know we've talked about this on another call, there's been times where a woman will see something in a man and believe in that and fight for that, and then it turns out to be that way. Just like there's been times where a man could see
Mhm.
something in a woman, right? And that woman may have no idea. She's like, well, why me? But then 5 years later, then she's looking at him like, I get it, and I appreciate you standing by me and sticking with me through that. So it can happen either way. You know what I mean? But I do feel like for the most part, the man and the woman should come in mature,
Right.
elevated, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally in a
Right.
solid place, right? Even if you don't have it all together, you can still be mature. You can still be mature, right?
Right.
Which is
Right.
something that's missing. You know what I'm saying? And then we can focus on all of these things together. Because then there's also couples who there might be some couples who are like, look, man, I'm happy as long as I have me somebody solid. We ain't got to be super rich, but like we don't want to struggle. Like let's just be on the same page, this, that, and the third. You got other people that's like, man, I want to get it with my partner, right? Everybody's goals and their visions are
Right.
different, and that's fine. But the other thing that's going on and what I'm speaking on is the fact that I'm gonna speak for us men. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna confidently do that. But I feel like we got to take more control. I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first to say it, man. It's not enough to protect. It's not enough to provide. That shit is not enough. I know a lot of people, right, that have the money and the resources to provide, but then they woman is emotionally drained, mentally drained, spiritually drained. She does like no communication, no nothing, right? You just feel like because you got the money, y'all in the big house, she got the car she want, it looked good for the gram, this, that, and the third, that's enough. There's a lot of people that's living like that. A lot of people that's living like that. I'm gonna say that again for everybody listening, man.
We had
It's a
this.
lot of y'all favorite folks that's on here that y'all saying is couples goals. That every holiday that turns around, every birthday, every anniversary, every event, they got the nicest bag. They got the new G-Wag. They living in the big boy crib, and it look fire. And these people are empty. It's a lot of people that's empty inside, and that's why I'm asking you, Queen, because we gotta clear this up. We gotta change the narrative. You know what I'm
But I
saying? And it's
I
not
feel like
enough.
everybody is different. And that's what I feel like. We have so many options now. We have so many options now. You may have a woman that just like, I want somebody to protect and provide. I got everything else. You can stay at home. Then you have the women that like, no, you gotta go get it. I want to stay at home. So you people need to understand what they want. But like you said, how can I understand if I haven't taken the time to even identify what it is that I'm about, and deal with the past traumas, because a lot of us are living off of the past traumas.
Let
Some
me
some
let me
women.
let me say this to your point. I'm gonna keep challenging you on this, and I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong because I do understand it. I just don't agree with it, right? And I'm not saying that you're saying that for your end. You're just saying for most, right? But it just bothers me when you sit up here and you think that even the people that want these different things, right? For the woman who wants the man to just go and get it, right? Are you prepared for what that comes with? Because a lot of women aren't. They say they are, but then when you get a man who's controlling, when you get a man who treats you any kind of way,
Or not,
right?
or not there because
Then
he gotta go
right,
get it.
or not there because he got to go get it. Not now you're miserable, because I think the other part of it is too is a lot of women get in these relationships and there's this expectation, and then when you get it, now you feel a way because you didn't necessarily know that this is what this is going to be like. Now, that's not me saying that there aren't married couples that, like, there's not a good man who's faithful and treats his woman right, but he's always working, right? Just like there's not like there's not a solid woman who is taking care of the household, making sure the kids are good and everything else, but there's no time together. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a part of like how we talked about earlier with the vision and having the clear understanding, like those things are important, because at the end of the day, each person still has to make sure that they're continuing to fight for their significant other, that they're continuing to put in the time or make time for their significant other. And it's not an excuse of, I got to work. And it's not an excuse of, well, I got to take care of these kids, because that's what you sign up for. And it's all about improving. It's all about making the adjustments throughout the relationship, because you cannot forget about your partner and why. And most importantly, good people, everybody that's in relationships, everybody that has kids, right? You can't forget about yourself. And a lot of us are forgetting about ourselves when we're in relationship and once we have kids, because we make it about everybody else. Well,
Right,
you're gonna be a shitty husband or wife, just like you're gonna be a shitty parent if you're not making sure that you handle what you gotta handle for yourself. And
right.
you gotta make, hey big dog, hush. You gotta you gotta make sure that you're doing everything in your powers to uplift and build yourself to be as strong as you can be, because when you're out here filling up these cups, man, you can't do it from an empty cup.
And do it from an empty cup. So
You can't
again,
do it from an empty cup.
you got to know, you got to come with some kind of vision, and you have to be willing, you got to be willing to evolve. I will say that because I've seen people that get married, and after 2 or 3 years, like that partner is stuck on who you were 3 years ago, and they're not willing to evolve. Like, you in a marriage, you have to, and you got to know from the jump like what you will accept. If I didn't know what it was that I would accept, like, bro, I could be with anybody. I could be, you know what I'm saying? And so you have to set that standard in your single time. Sometimes you just got to know a little bit about what you want, or a little bit about what you will accept. Like, one of my things is, I cannot date a man that does not take care of his other children that he had before me. I can't do it. I'm not gonna allow him to take care of my kids and you are not taking care of the ones that you created. So it's like, some people just want a warm body. It's not just about that. So
It
for
ain't
me,
some.
huh?
I'm gonna step out on the limb. It ain't some. It's a high percentage of that going on where people just want warm bodies.
I
If
get
you
it.
ain't gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, because it just ain't no way. Like, relationship don't mean what it used to.
It
You
doesn't.
can't you can't even get married nowadays because folks will jump in and jump right out that motherfucker asapidly if they don't like one thing.
Right. And so if we do the preliminary work, if we do the healing. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe that there are levels to healing. Some stuff that you're not going to be able to see. You're not going to be able to see it unless you get in the marriage, and the opportunity comes up, it is displayed. But you ought to have a basic understanding of what it is that you will accept and what it is that you won't accept. That's part of having a vision before you step to somebody else. Why would I want to be in a relationship with somebody that's broken and confused, and I'm broken and confused too? The word says when two becomes one, not when five. I'm broken into 5 million pieces and he's broken into 5 million pieces. Now you trying to marry together, you trying to bring together 10 million pieces. So some of that work is preliminary. Some of that work has to be preliminary work. You can't just jump in and out of the bed with people because you're lonely or you won't. whatever you want a baby or you want companionship. Okay, so what is it after companionship? What is it after you've done what you had to do? You flipped upside down. What is it after that? What's after that? You gotta have some kind of vision of what you want.
What is a real man to you?
Man, listen, a real man to me, I don't, golly. No, I don't expect men to be perfect, but at least let me know what you want and be able to
We don't
communicate.
need no disclaimers, girl. Talk that shit, man. I came with the hard questions now. We gonna dive into it. Come on.
Be able to communicate. At least tell me
Oh shit.
Tell me what it is that you want. You know what I'm saying? Tell me in the beginning what it is that you want. Like even now, like with the dudes now, like bro, if sex is what you want, let me know, and then I'll let you know what I can handle. I'll let you know. Yes. I'll let you know the standards. Bruh, if you just want a woman that's gonna cook and clean and have babies for you, let me know. Let me know up front. Let me know what you want up front. And we can sit down and we can talk about it. I can talk through anything. I can talk with you and I can let you know. Like, no, I'm not the one for you. I do it every day. I'm not the one for you. You might wanna know I'm not the one.
What is it? Talk to my fellas out here, because we all lost. What is it that you feel that women need from us?
We need for y'all.
You've been slapping the hell out your desk, man. You all right over there?
I know. Like, but yeah. If I smoked cigarettes, I probably would be smoking right now. Or if I had some of that yak in my cup, I would be drinking right now. But listen, we want you to be able to communicate with us, for one. Be able to stand your ground. Like, bro, take care of your kids. Take care of your kids. And then if you feel like you can't afford to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship. If you're not ready to be with one person, that's for me. I don't know about everybody else, because I know some people want to date multiple people. But if you're not ready to be and to build, if you're not ready to get on this ship with me and hang out, the partnership, the friendship, the whatever, you're not ready to hang out with me, like, just keep it moving. But most of all, keep it 100, because I can deal with honesty more than I can deal with anything else. I can't chase a lie. I don't even have the energy to chase a lie. So be honest. Be honest, even about the things that you're still broken and you're still dealing with. Be honest about that. Be honest. If you feel a certain type of way, or if you've been molested, or whatever the case, be honest. And on the flip side, women, when men are honest with you about certain things, don't throw it back up in his face. You should never regurgitate that in an argument. You should never regurgitate it. That means throw it up. Don't ever do that. Don't do it. Don't put your hands on a man either. Don't do that. Women, don't do that. Don't do it. JP, get out this camera. But we need honesty. We need honesty from y'all. We need it. I mean, at least try, bro. Try. At least try. At least try. You don't have to.
You about to sweat the slick back out, man.
Look. Boy, I'm telling you, men are stressful right now. They're really stressful.
Listen, so many of us are hurt. So many of us are confused. So many of us are trying and feel like we are not getting anywhere. So many of us are searching. So many of us are trying to understand. And we're human. And I feel like y'all, the world has built us to be this certain person, and then when we don't get close to that, we've let y'all down. I don't think women really think of that. Most. I ain't gonna say all.
Just try.
But it's just like, but we're trying. But it's like, you got to think about this, right? Every woman wants a guy that makes 6 figures. There's a lot of good guys out here that make $40,000 a year, that are solid men, that work their ass off, that will be overlooked, or they'll be disrespected because they're not making that type of bank. Like, a woman will literally look and frown upon that, because it's like, bro, you ain't doing enough. But again, that's my point. And if you ask most women, because again, the first thing I asked you, you said, "Well, I need him to protect and provide."
You said, what are the roles of a man? That's for the world. Protect and
But
provide.
the,
I
but
would
this
say
is,
I got
but
my own.
again, that's what we hearing. That's why we got to talk about this, because we got to let go of that, them ideas and them
Yeah,
narratives.
we
That
do.
just like for example, right? The world also says a woman's supposed to cook and stay at home. Is that happening?
And
Hell no.
not
So so that's my point though. You say that, but I can guarantee you to your one, I know 10, 20, 30 women who like, he better go get it. I'm gonna
real.
sit my ass here and look good and take these pics for the gram. Yeah, I know them. They
Y'all
out here.
hanging out in a different kind of circle, Jazz.
I'm not hanging out in a different kind of circle. Not at all. It's just a real circle.
Your circle bad.
That's all.
Your
It
circle.
ain't it ain't bad people. It's just life. The ideas have changed. Just like for example, a lot of women. It's a high number of women who feel like there's no need for a man. But then, what's the thing that all women are crying that everybody's saying we got to protect our women? But half of y'all saying y'all don't need us. So which one is it?
We need, listen, let me tell you, we need you, Jazz.
Nah, man.
We need
Nah.
y'all. We
I'm
what
keeping.
can we
I'm
do?
keep.
What
I'm
can we
keeping
do?
it.
What can we do? What can we
But
do as
that
women?
that's why. But that's why we having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think for one. You know what I'm saying? If I could speak on behalf of the Kings, like we need our women to respect us. We need our women to try to understand us. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? We need our women to be patient
What does that look?
and be
Okay.
willing.
Okay.
Yeah, be patient and be willing because for
Okay.
one, respect goes a long way.
It
You
does.
know what I'm saying? A man will run through a goddamn brick wall if he feel like his girl respects him.
I won't.
Period. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
So
Period.
okay, so what does that look like, respect? Let's say we in a heated argument and words are flying off. What does that look like? What does the respect factor look like?
Because do you know that and I always challenge people on this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know that there are people in my life, man, that I love and truly respect. And every time, even when things have gotten hard, I don't ever think that I've raised my voice at that person or that it's gotten to a level because it ain't personal. And a lot of times, right, when arguing with your significant other, because she's so hurt, she gonna throw them darts, she gonna spew venom, she gonna hit you at your lowest point, right?
Okay.
And you can't, like with us, you got one time to do that, and
And
that's when
one
we shut
time.
down.
One
That's when
time.
we shut down. That's when we shut down because it's already hard enough to open up and be vulnerable and to express things. But not only did we open up and be vulnerable, you gonna spew that shit right back at us. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
And do it to break us down. You tell me you love me, but you gonna do some shit to try to break me down intentionally. For all people who claim they love their significant other, why the fuck you gonna be willing to do some shit like that to hurt them intentionally or break them down in a way like that?
I
What kind of love is that? What kind of respect is that?
not. And they're just mad, and they're mad. So
Yeah, but that's not 100.
okay,
So
but
you asking me, that's
can we
one thing
clean,
we can
like
do.
can we wipe the slate for the people that's watching? Can we wipe the slate? Listen, y'all, they telling us what they want, and I'm asking questions because we need to know how. Like, y'all want respect? Can y'all please give us something to respect though? Can
That's
you
but
not?
that but
Can
but is
you
that but is that
let
but is that
me?
how that works? You see what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying?
I,
This is my issue because that's just like people who claim that they love somebody unconditionally. But your love is based on conditions, and what you just said is like your respect is based on conditions, and that's not cool. Either you gonna show it and you gonna do that, or you not, right?
okay,
Either I'm gonna love the person that I'm with and I'm gonna ride for them, or I'm not, because I'm making a decision. My love is not based on what they give me back, because I have the choice to walk away if I'm not feeling something. That's where I'm going with this. It's not good enough where people are like, well, you want respect, give me something to respect. Well,
so
goddamn, queen,
I
give
should
me
have put
something
that.
to respect.
You know what? I should have put a disclaimer on that in the beginning before I even start. You got to give me something to respect. Like, I just don't like. I'm just not getting that. Like, they want somebody to compete with another female and all of that. Now, as far as in arguments, I don't like to argue. I don't beg you. I don't like. I ain't begging you. I ain't begging none of that. Like the trash need to be taken out. Guess what? I know how to take out my own trash.
Let me say something, Queen, and I love you to death, right?
Right. Yeah.
But let's go to the main point of, if you feel like somebody has not given you something to respect from the beginning, then you should not be talking to that person. That should be cut off. So I'm talking about the relationships that are intentional. I'm not talking about the beginning
Okay.
process.
We talking about
I'm
intent.
talking about I'm
Okay.
talking about somebody that's proven, y'all are building
Okay.
and going forward.
Okay.
We already, yeah, we way
Way
past
past
that.
the beginning.
We way past that. You know
Okay.
what I'm
So
saying?
we
Because
actually active in the relationship. Got it.
yeah, because if somebody's not giving you something to respect, then there's no need for you to even respond to what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? So I'm talking about from the standpoint of, like, it's a lot of men out here that's working their ass off doing the right things, and they trying, and we don't get the respect. You know why we don't get? Well, the respect first starts at home, right? The women don't respect us, but then there's the narrative, and then we don't see enough of good men out there for people to respect. We just talked about systemic racism. We just talked about the fact of getting, how they'll pay a mom and give her money to keep her here and do this and do that, as long as that man don't come in the house. It's a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? The fact that women are getting 6, 7 figure jobs left and right. And then when men apply, we ain't getting that same love. It ain't happening.
So what do we need to do as women that's making 6, 7 figures and you meet a man that's not? So how do
Because
like
it's not
how?
about the money. We got to stop basing it on that. Either we getting into a relationship for the real purpose of
Okay.
relationship. Because if you just trying to get on some partnership and y'all just come together to make money and do whatever, then just say that. But in
So
my opinion, I thought relationship was supposed to be till death do us part. We gonna
that's
ride this
marriage.
thing out through
Marriage.
through through good, even partnership. Let's say some people out there ain't feeling marriage. There are some people out here who married that's been together forever and a day and not been married. It can happen. So I'm speaking for all walks of life, right? And out of fairness, for those people who are being intentional in relationship, you know what I'm saying? That is bigger than that. So they know that where we're going, where we are going, we got to be on the same page mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically, sexually, all of that. Got to be 100 across the board and be able to do the work. And that doesn't mean that we're going to come in here and it's like, shit, you got to make this money, you got to make this money, or you got to look this way, or no, you got to look this way. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get past all of that. And it's like everybody has one or two things that they're okay with, and then they fall short in everything else. And then they frustrated because they're not they can't connect with their partner. You know how many people can't connect? You know how many people that there's a husband man, excuse me, there's a handsome man out here, and then there's a beautiful female who coming together, and they can't say two words to each other, but they look good out in public. They might have some beautiful kids. They might even have a big house, but then they can't say two words to each other. And every time they have a disagreement, it is a argument instead of it being a disagreement, because they're not maturely in a position to handle communication. They don't know who their partner is. They looking at each other like strangers. They can't get right.
So they came into the relationship like that though.
Can be. And I understand things happen. I get that too. But at the end of the day, there's still choices to be made. Let's just say, for example, somebody cheats, somebody steals, somebody's broken some type of trust. Because it can happen, right?
It does.
But when you love the person that you with, and you make the decision of, I'm gonna fight for this person, or am I not, or however you choose to do it, then that's how you can choose to handle it too. If you don't fuck with somebody, look, you can break up with somebody without all that rah rah. It ain't got to be all
Oh,
that extra shit.
oh yeah.
You
Don't
know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. Like, when you love somebody, you do that because you choose to do that. Just like when you forgive somebody and you choose to move forward with them, that was a choice. That was a choice. That's on you. And if that person is doing something and continues to do something, then make another choice if you're not feeling it. But again, it's still a choice. It's still a choice. You ain't got to be disrespecting the man, because guess what? All these women out here can't stand it if they feel like a man is disrespecting them. They can't stand it. But y'all want that same energy, right? I'm
Listen,
just saying, every time it's the same energy. Y'all want the same energy.
if I can be honest, I don't expect or desire what everybody else wants. I'm gonna respect my dude. I'm gonna respect my dude, and I feel like it should be mutual, but I don't do all of that arguing and all that crazy stuff. I ain't about to do that. I'm not doing it. So some people might want to argue. Listen, some people might want to fight. Women like to fight. And I'm just not her. So I feel like I'm gonna respect. Tell the rest of the people what it is that men want besides respect. Is there anything else that we can do or that needs to be changed as it relates to women across the board
But
besides the
I
respect?
did, Queen. I did.
Anything
It ain't,
anything else?
yeah.
Anything
It ain't just the respect. It's the communication. It's being patient. It's being understanding because it's hard for us. It's hard for men, right? And it's also hard for us to connect emotionally, which is very important. So when you have two people tapping in, like when you get a man to feel like he can be safe, just like how y'all want to feel safe,
right.
we want that same thing. You give us that same thing and watch how much different the relationship gets and watch where it goes. Because when that man feels like he can be safe and really be who he is without judgment, and that you'll protect him, which is another thing, right? Women want to be protected. We do too.
Okay.
We do too. Don't have us out here looking crazy with all that dumb shit, man. Carry yourself well the same way you want us to carry ourselves well. It goes hand in hand, vice versa. Be mature. Be mature. You know what I'm saying?
Be
Be
mature.
able to, like I see, like, and I shared that on the grant, like a couple of, when we did a live last week, that the women are like, get you one that treats you this way when you mad and he can still handle you with love. Well, goddamn it, do the same thing with us too.
Okay.
Because it ain't personal.
It's not personal.
But again, remember, I hear all the chatter because
Ooh,
we get all this all day long. This what y'all should do. This what y'all. How the fuck you gonna tell us? And then understand this too. We don't have the model to look up to, right? The way we're taught, the way we're raised, we don't have that model to look up to. So it takes a lot of different things. And as we continue to grow, we continue to figure out life the same way women do. The same way women do. But all we want is for somebody to understand us, man, respect us, love us, be caring. You know what I'm saying? Be forgiving and know that we're trying and doing the best that we can, right? If you
even
feel
without.
like we're dropping the ball somewhere,
Uh-oh.
then a female can throw things out there to help us get closer. A female can throw things out there to help us tap into different sides and different parts in order to build that bond with your significant other. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because it's
get
not
that.
only about that. It's about being a man, but it's also being about a man who can learn to love his woman, to learn to love his partner. And the only way we can get that is if our woman tells us, right? It's the same thing sexually, right? If you some shit you like, you need to express that. And if it's something that you don't, you need to express that. It's across the board.
It's across the board.
So
I
we
get
got to be able to build. We got to be able to build across the board.
I get that. I get it.
And you see, they hearing all this.
Yeah. Drop them nuggets. Drop.
We ain't playing for that. Got
Drop
to
it.
have it.
Juicy, what you ready
Spe-
to fight for? But I get it. I totally get it. And that's why I said, like, I'd rather work on myself because I know, like, in the past, like, I'll pop off, like, that mouth pop off. But I'm not that person anymore. Like, bro, if you want to argue, if you want to go off on tangents, I can't do that. I don't have the energy to do that. Like, we're gonna build, let's build. Let's build. Like, bro, I'm not
But
about to go to
but
this,
the thing,
no domestic
it,
violence, like none of that.
right. But the thing is we don't have to argue. It doesn't have to be that. We can have a
Right.
conversation. I think a lot of us don't understand that it's okay to disagree. It's okay. It's healthy to disagree. It's healthy to have people that have two different opinions or perspectives. That's
Right.
okay. It ain't
And
personal.
we don't always have to we can agree to disagree. I totally
Absolutely.
we grew up in two totally different worlds. Two totally different worlds. So we can agree to disagree and then just leave it alone. Go to bed. Don't go to bed. My thing is don't go to bed mad. Before 12 midnight, bro, you better fix that. Fix it. Fix it.
And if you can't fix it at 12, then fix
You
it in the morning.
you just agree to
figure it out.
disagree. Like, it's okay. And it might, and you can come back to it. Like, if you gotta argue and fuss, like, bro, I'm not with it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
And it's also powerful. It's also powerful if you understand that some things you just gotta let go and not revisit. You just gotta understand that. Some
That's
you
true.
don't have to always try to get to the bottom of every last thing.
It's exhausting. That is exhausting. And we don't. And women, we feel, sometimes we feel like that. We feel like we got to get our point across. No, we don't always have to get our point across. Sometimes your point is not even a point. It's not even a point. It's just, since you ate the wrong thing for lunch and you just angry. Just angry.
Fellas, y'all hear that? And when she on, he talking about some yes.
They
Fellas that's
right.
on this call, man. But if y'all hear that, man, some things you just gotta try to be the bigger person, man.
Yeah.
Cause it's hard.
And we gotta
Both ways.
we gotta learn, we gotta relearn. Like we're
Each other.
relearning, reparenting ourselves. Like a lot of stuff we pulling from what our parents did. It's not working. It's not working anymore. It's nothing in my cup. But it's not working anymore. Like honestly, I don't want to be like my parents. I don't want to. I got two totally different sets, and I pull different things from them, but I need my own, like I need my own flow. And it's just not working. It's not working to be like a domestic type mom. And my mom, like my mom will pop off. She'll pop off. And I don't want to be like that either. So I'm having to learn, I'm having to relearn and make my own lane. Like I'm not gonna pop off at my dude. Like, sir, listen.
Blessing across the board, man. Fellas, protect has a whole new meaning, and provide has a whole new meaning. But we all need to add in there serve. That's one of the biggest things that we need to talk about. Is serve your partner. Put them first.
Yes.
I was saving that one because I was waiting if you was gonna pull that out. D, you didn't, but I'm gonna go ahead and go there with it.
Ooh, can somebody start singles ministry? Yeah, serve. I literally just had this conversation with a married person. Like if you're going into the relationship looking for something or trying to fill a void, you're going in for the wrong reason. And if I'm serving you with everything I have and you're serving me, then both grounds are covered. It creates the yin yang. The energy never breaks. It never breaks. So it's almost like most people go in with a selfish agenda, though. It's something that they want or something that they need or something that they're looking for. But as for me, I serve. Even when I'm not in a relationship, I serve. I look to serve.
Yeah. That's what we got to be on, man. That's a different way, man. And when people start doing that, and you put other people first, man, and it just creates a whole different relationship across the board. And good people, I want to tell y'all this too. That's not just with your significant other, right? That could be friends.
Yep.
That could be these little jokers. That could be whoever. You got to make sure you serve, man, and put them first. You know what I'm saying? And what you get out of it, you just loving on me all night tonight. I appreciate it. But yeah, you just gotta be able to serve. You gotta be able to serve. You know what I'm saying? So I think those things are important. So real quick, because I'm gonna start something because we gotta talk about this on the next one. Hey, Miss Patience.
I don't know why he always start with he always start with me. Be cool with everybody else. Always start with me.
No, I said I'm gonna start something because I'm trying to
Oh,
get. Come here, P. You can
It's
sit on
okay.
my lap, baby
sorry.
girl. It's all good.
You sure I'm not too
Yeah,
heavy?
you not too. Girl, sit your ass down. Come here.
I gonna
This is my big baby. So y'all remember Miss P.
hate that.
Real quick,
Hi.
tell them the two questions we had from earlier in the car when we was
Trying to remember what they were. Can you give me a little hint to help
I
me?
remember Hayden started talking about when can you have sex? What's the
Ooh.
earliest age that she feels to have sex because of, conversations that they had. I ain't trying to put all that out there, but then you asked something because we started talking about what?
We was talking about that, and we were talking about tricky stuff like the
Tricky
LGBTQ,
stuff.
like LGBTQ and stuff like that.
LGBTQ community. So that's how they did me today.
You been see that's I knew
They
something.
they
I knew,
hit me with the
knew it was something.
I don't understand, how people are bi. I don't understand how people are gay. What's this transgender stuff? We had to dive into it today.
What did you? I would be interested. It would be
Later.
interesting to see how how
Later.
you handle
Yeah,
how you
but this one right here, they all went there though. We went there today. So appreciate it, baby girl. I'm gonna let you finish on up.
You're
that
welcome.
All right.
that's
Toodles.
All right, mama.
that's critical. Josh, that's heavy. That was a really heavy conversation.
Can you sit down, bro? Y'all them
You trying to be Superman. That's a really
nah,
heavy. That's a really heavy conversation. Um,
no,
and
it's very heavy but necessary, and that's why I say to you, you know what I'm saying?
yes,
Because all of these things are so important that we got to change the mindset, the mentality. You know what I mean? Like people got to take and I'm all for people having fun. I'm all for people
mm-hmm,
living, like experiencing things, but it still comes with a responsibility. And notice, right? Here's the other thing, and Claudia talked about it when she was on earlier. But when's the last time we really, if you love your significant other, when's the last time you tried to understand their traumas? See, we ain't even talked about that part of it because that's the part that's running a lot of the relationships and the behaviors in the relationship, right?
that's
I'll be
heavy.
the first to tell you, you know what I'm saying? As I've been talking about it more and more, I've experienced literally every type of abuse that you can experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which has shaped my mindset and my understanding of relationship, right? And then I had to reshape it as I got older and
Mm-hmm,
continued to grow.
mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of men, that's what I'm saying for women, right? When y'all are wondering why he ain't talking, he ain't doing this, what the hell is wrong with him? Why he acting like that? Damn, why he so aggressive? Why he only want this? Blah, 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 blah. Understand that
Mm-hmm.
we coming from some very effed up situations. We've
Right.
been through some experiences early, and you gotta be patient with us. The same way with y'all women. There are a lot of women out here. I'll say that again. There are a lot of women out here who've experienced trauma, who have been sexually molested, who have been raped, who have been emotionally or mentally abused, or even physically abused, or they've watched things happen and feel like, oh, that's what love must be. No, right?
Not.
So we have to be patient and understanding because there's people who are being taught out here to do some very different things. So men, we have to be patient. Women, y'all have to be patient, right? Across the board. And that's what I'm saying. It's important to educate. It's important to gain understanding. And then once you do, you love that person enough, serve them, protect them, love them, communicate with them. Best friends, soulmates, respect, loyalty, honor, care, kindness, joy, peace, patience, all of that good shit. It's a long list of things. It don't just
I
stop at
get
one. And then as you continue to grow and evolve, y'all gonna continue to grow and evolve together. You ain't gonna be on the same shit at 20 that you gonna be on at 30. And then when you get to 40, you're gonna be on a whole different vibe.
I'm on a different
It's
vibe.
very, very important, good people. You gotta understand, man. People are going through it. I just seen somebody talk about what mental health, which is
Yeah,
important that people are going through. It's a lot. And then we're trying to get in relationships and love somebody. We're trying to get in relationships and try to understand how to be the right person for that person.
absolutely.
It's levels.
It
It's
is.
levels. You
And
know what I'm saying?
I love that this is being normal, like mental health is being normalized, because like 10 years ago people were really ashamed that they had these issues, but now with the pandemic it's almost like you by yourself, you have to deal with it. So I love that the world is normalizing that it's okay that you need to go to therapy. I love that it's coming to the surface so that we can properly deal with it. So yes, a lot of things are changing. The way that we communicate with our men, the way that we communicate with our children, they're being exposed to so much stuff. Like we're being exposed. And this pandemic has caused us to really sit down and look at ourselves. Like, sis, you jacked up. Like, sis, you might need to change. You need to change that as well. So like the dynamics of relationships are changing. And even for your children to ask those type of questions, things are changing. The laws are changing concerning that. That's why the lines are being blurred about the sexuality with the transgender bathrooms and everything. People are trying to normalize it so it won't be such a big deal. Such a
Listen, man,
big deal. So
it's not cool, and that's why I said with that, that's a whole nother hour on live.
yeah, so let's not tap into that. Let's not.
Yeah, because flip side, right? Right now, if I said I'm a white man, I can identify as a white man according to what they saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how crazy this shit is. You
Yeah.
feel me?
A man
Like
can go in the bathroom with your
I
daughter.
one day and say I'm a woman, and I can just do everything as such. So to all my people who feeling that way, right? Especially when it comes to sports and things like that, right? Since everybody feeling like it's equal across the board, would y'all be okay with watching a boxing match and a man and a woman get in the ring?
That's what they trying to do.
Leave us on a good note, Miss Destiny. I'm gonna leave it like that. I know I'm kind of.
Yeah, you
What
heavy
you
today.
got for us?
Listen, leaving y'all on a good note. Listen, take care of yourself. Take care of your minds, most of all. Take care of your bodies. Take care of your spirits, all of that. This is the time to detox. And there's no need to be ashamed. There's no need to be ashamed, because all of us are at ground zero right now. If you need to go get therapy, or if you need to do whatever it is that you need to do, do it now, because nobody is really watching. Nobody is thinking about, oh, look at you, because all of the fingers are pointing back at us. If I point one finger at you, I got three pointing back at me. So this is the time to do what it is that you need to do. Acknowledge your toxic traits, your toxic behaviors, the things that you came from. You don't have to necessarily be a product of your environment. This is the time to change it. This is the time to keep having these conversations with the kids. Have these conversations with your partners, with your significant others, and know where you stand. Know where you stand, because when you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Get on one side of the fence and stand on that side. Kings, we love y'all. Listen, we love y'all. Teach us how to love y'all. If we're out of pocket, make sure you check us. Same thing with the men. Don't group us all in the same category, because there's some women out here that's actually working, and we want to love you. We want to know how. We want to know how to make things better, how to bridge the gap. We want to bridge the gap. And sometimes we just don't know how. We don't understand how to do it either. We've been hurt, we've been scarred, we've been wounded as well. So the same grace that we give you, the same grace that you're asking for, please provide that same grace. Please provide that same grace with us as well. We've been raped, molested, cheated. We've been left to take care of the babies. We've been left to leave the legacies, all of that. So we're picking up the slack, because some men has really fallen off, and they like, F it. We can't win anyway, so we just gonna go ahead to the left. No, come back to the right. We love y'all. We love y'all. I salute every king, everybody that's doing the best that they can in this life, in this crazy world. I salute you. I salute you. That's it. Do the best you can.
You got something for him? You want to say something? What you got, brother?
Nothing.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, listen, man. Love y'all.
Love you.
Appreciate you.
Love you guys.
Destiny, always a great conversation. Always, always. I'm glad it was very heavy tonight.
We are.
I also want to shout out to Claudia, man. She's dope. Her mindset is just amazing to see that across the board. So
Absolutely.
appreciate everybody, man. We appreciate everybody in the comments, man, for y'all continuing to chime in and throw them vibes out there. It's just important, and that's how we continue to bridge the gap. We're gonna keep building, man. I'm trying to get my partner to get on here within the next week. I got a buddy of mine who's a former police officer, so we can kind of shift gears and just talk about that part of it. I mean, I got some other folks, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get on here, man, but we just gotta have these conversations across the board and continue to grow and continue to build, you know what I'm saying? So you got one more thing, D?
I just thank you for opening up the dialogue, because before this, like, everybody is kind of starting podcasts and all of that stuff, but this is like the real life. This is real life, one-on-one, pick your brain, whatever the case may be. So thank you for opening up. Thank you for making time to have these conversations. It's a million things that you could be doing with your time or whatever the case. So thank you for reviving the village, for real. Thank you for igniting the village.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I'll try to communicate when we jump on. And again, if anybody has topics, man, so many of them we need to dive into. You know what I'm saying? I have a few I wanted to ask. One of the next one is, man, the conversation should be about the homies. See, like, where you going with that? Where I'm going with it is, man, I see a lot of y'all folks, man, y'all seem to get with or date people that's close by. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I think it'll be a good topic, man. It'll be a great topic.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Close.
So all love, good people, man. Love y'all. Y'all be safe. All right, D.
All right. Have a good night.
We'll touch base. Look,
Okay.
so
Cool.
Kay confused because she like, huh? Basically, Kay, what I'm saying is, for example, right? Let's say you got a homegirl and you just broke up with your dude, and then your dude start fooling with your homegirl. It's a lot of that going on. Don't act like it ain't nothing new. Shit, if Lori can go from Puff's son to Puff, don't act like it ain't new now.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's where I'm going with it. You feel me? So it's a lot of that going on out here, man. I'm just interested to get folks' take on the next one, man. We'll figure it out. But y'all be easy, man. You know me, I like starting shit. So
Man. Okay. All right, Josh. Y'all have a good night.
all right, bless. Hey, man. Love y'all, man. Tonight was strong. You know what I'm saying? And again, we do what we do, man. We don't base it off no numbers, no nothing, man. Y'all just feel free to jump on, man. Tell your folks about it. We'll just keep growing and keep building, man. Again, DM me, hit me up, man. If y'all got any conversations, any questions, any topics y'all want to holler about, man, let's talk about it. All right? Let's get better. Sure.